Just when I'm doing my push-ups.
I think I'll make it. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Caleb Rhodes. I help out here a lot. Maybe not as much as I would like to. We're going on a mission trip with some of you guys. So Joey, unfortunately, has hurt his back, and he's with us tonight. He asked me if I would fill in, and I said I'd be glad to. So I want to start off with prayer, and then we'll jump into our lesson. Our gracious God, Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you so much for this night. God, we thank you for the day that you've given us. We thank you for the opportunity, Lord, to come to your house. God, to spend some time in your word. God, to spend some time worshiping you. God, I pray that you just focus our minds tonight on what it is that you have to say to us. God, help us to just draw near to you. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Hey, real quick, just so everybody knows, this weekend is canceled. The ARC trip, if you signed up for that, that is canceled. You should have got an email on that.
Everybody get
That's
that?
fine.
It will be there when you go. All right, so tonight, I want to ask the question, start off with this question. Do you know the truth? So do you know the truth? And what is the truth? Can we actually know what is true and what is false? Is there a definitive truth that actually exists, or is it just based on our personal experiences? And how do we know what is actually real? So tonight I want to both discuss and clarify kind of what the Bible says about truth, and more specifically, the choice that the Bible says that we have to make in order to know that truth. All right, so to start off with tonight, we're going to watch a clip from the movie The Matrix. Anybody here saw The Matrix?
Yes.
It's the very first movie in the trilogy, all right, the very first one of them. All right, so anybody here that hasn't seen the movie, the basic gist of it is the entire world that we see is actually virtual reality. All right, and so behind the scenes, there's robots that are controlling everything, and they are feeding off of their control of us. However, there's some people in this virtual reality world that have discovered the lie, and they've broken out. All right, and so on the clip you're about to see, there's two main characters. One is Morpheus, and Morpheus is one of these people who has discovered the lie that's been taking place, and he's broken out. And the other main character is Neo. All right, Neo is in pursuit of the truth. He's trying to figure out exactly what's going on in his life. And him and Morpheus are going to have their first meeting, and Morpheus is going to extend an invitation for him to make a choice. And the choice is going to be either commit and learn the truth and have his life changed forever, or to reject the truth and go on living his life the way that he has been. All right.
Let me give you one piece of advice. Be honest. He knows more than you can imagine.
At last. Welcome you. As you no doubt have guessed, I am Morpheus. It's an honor to meet you. No. The honor is mine. Please, come, sit. I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole. You could say that. I can see it in your eyes. You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he is expected to. Ironically, this is not far from the truth. Do you believe in fate?
No,
Why not?
because I don't like the idea that I'll not be control of my life.
I know exactly what you mean. Let me tell you why you're here. because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with you. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to life. Do you know what I'm talking about? Beatrice? Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. The truth. That you are a slave now. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to do. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
All right, this is one of my favorite series. So, if you'll notice there, at the end of the clip, Neo had to do something. Did you catch what it was? Neo had to make a decision. And this decision was ultimately what the entire storyline relied on. Every series after that, if he had chosen the blue pill, and he had chosen to remain the way that he was in his happy life, ignorant of what the actual truth was and the reality of the way things were, then the rest of the storyline wouldn't have continued. But he had to make a choice, and he chose the red pill. So in his situation, much like a lot of our situations, no decision, if he decided not to make a decision, if he washed his hands and said, listen, I don't have the red pill, I don't have anything to do with this, ultimately, him not making a decision would have led to him making a decision to reject the truth that was being offered to him. So tonight, I want us to be thinking about the choices that we make in life and ultimately how they affect our future out of it. So recently I had to make a decision in our life that has impacted us kind of substantially in our day-to-day life. All right, so due to some medical conditions that I've had, I've injured my back many times. It looks like I'm going to have to be getting out. All right, so that means that I'll lose my mind.
Lost battery.
All right. Hey, y'all hear me?
Just yell at us.
Outstanding. I like wired anyways. All right, so that means that it's a life change for us. It's a job change. There's a lot of things that go along with that. All right, so as I was trying to make preparations to start getting out and starting to make decisions that how our family is going to move forward from that, one of the decisions that I had to make was whether or not I maintain one class. I'm taking college classes right now. Whether or not I maintain taking one college class at a time, or whether I double my workload and start taking 2 classes at a time. So me and Catherine prayed about it, and we decided to go ahead and go through with me taking 2 classes at a time. Now that may not seem very substantial, and as most of you guys are in much more than 2 classes at one time. But for us, with me working full-time, and then us both serving in ministry and having children, a lot of different responsibilities, adding that extra workload, we knew there was going to be some repercussions because of that. So there were some positives that come out of it. There's also some negatives, right? So some negatives that came out of my decision to take the extra class was that I have lost some family time that I was spending with my family and then to spend time with my daughters. That time has kind of been taken back some. It's also taken away all of my free time. I don't really have any free time outside of work and taking classes and serving at church and then spending the rest of what little time I have left with my family. It's also impacted my sleep cycle. I'm having to stay up later at night and sacrifice some of my sleep. That way I still get to spend time with my daughters because that's important for me. Right? So there's some negatives that go along with it. There's also positives, right? So it's a short period of time of kind of suffering through this. But once I get out of the military, hopefully I'll have my 4-year college degree, and that will help me find a job that's going to provide for my family out of it. So, is anybody in here, would you like to share a decision that you've made recently that's kind of impacted your life, and whether you think it was a good decision or a bad decision? No? All right, that's fine. If you don't share, that's okay. All right, we'll roll with it. So, sometimes in life we make choices that are good, and then sometimes in life we make choices that are bad, right? The choices are not always classified as good or bad. A lot of times we can classify them as easy or hard. So by show of hands, who would say that the choice that Neo had to make in the video, when he had to make this decision between the red pill and the blue pill, who thinks that would have been an easy decision for them? No? All right, you got one? So somebody give me a reason why they think it would be difficult to make that decision. Go ahead.
Because you don't know if you will find out the truth or if you will find
Yeah, I mean, because it would be much easier to just continue living life the way you're living it, versus the truth, which may be unknown, which may alter everything you know. Do you have something different, Noah? No? All right, so basically Morpheus was offering Neo the truth. He was offering him the truth about his life. But the truth that he was about to learn was substantial. And it was really going to impact him, and it was going to alter his reality as he knew it. And Morpheus ultimately was telling him, once you come to the knowledge of this truth, you're not going to be able to turn back and deny that you know what this is. He said, this is your last chance. Either you do it or you don't. And that's exactly like what God offers us. He offers us the opportunity through a relationship with Jesus Christ to come to know the truth that's in His Word, come to know the truth that He offers us, and help us to see the lies that exist in this world and the lies that Satan is trying to feed us, combating what God is doing for us. And He offers us that if we're willing to step out in faith and trust Him. So in the book of John, in chapter 14, in the first 6 verses here, Jesus is talking to the disciples. He's addressing them, and he's telling them about a future time where He will no longer be with them, right? But He's telling them, He said, hey, don't be troubled, don't be disheartened, and don't be worried about it. He's like, because if I leave you, I promise you that I'm going to prepare a place for you, and I will return to get you. And He's saying, and by the way, you know where it is I'm going, and you know the way to get there. Well, one of the disciples speaks up, and he says, no, Lord, I don't know how to get where you're going. And Jesus says these words. Jesus said in John 14, verse 6, He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to know God but through me. So just like Morpheus in this clip was offering Neo, Jesus says that He is offering us the truth, that He is offering us an opportunity for a better life if we will just accept it. However, the decision to accept Christ and follow God isn't always an easy choice to make. And I would even go as far to say that it's probably on the harder end of decisions that we have to make in our life. But I believe, even though choosing God is hard, that God knows what is best for us, and He wants to give us a fulfilling life. He wants to give us the best life possible. I believe that God loves us and God cares for us so much that we know that He sent His Son to die on the cross for us if we're willing to step out and make that decision and to choose what He offers. But when God created us, He also gives us the freedom to make that choice. So, just like Morpheus really wanted Neo to know the truth, he offered him those 2 pills. He really wanted Neo to be able to understand that he was being lied to understand that there were things going on behind the scenes, and to give him an opportunity to come to the knowledge of the truth. He had to be accepting of the decision that Neo was going to make. He gave him that option, and it was up to Neo to make that decision himself. And Morpheus would be okay with either one that he accepted. So ultimately, we all have 2 choices, just like Neo did in the clip. The one choice is to continue to live your life, trying to fix your brokenness by yourself, trying to handle the overwhelming pressure of life of not feeling good enough, not feeling sufficient, and even trying to find the answers to the hard questions of life by yourself. But the good news is that we have another choice. And the other choice is you saying to God that you're interested in Him, saying to Him that you want to take a step closer to knowing the truth. And just like Neo did, saying that you want to wake up, and that you know that God created you with a specific, special purpose in this earth, or on this earth, and in your lifetime, and saying that you want to know what that purpose is. Know why you were created. And you can do that, the Bible tells us, by asking Jesus to be your Savior and following God. And ultimately, the choice is yours. No one else can make it for you. Right? So this choice is not something that is inherited. Right? So your parents' relationship with Christ, your parents' religious views, the things that your parents and your family members have done in their life, that doesn't affect your ability to make the decision to follow Christ. That is your personal decision. That is something that you have to make yourself. So maybe you're here tonight and you're thinking, that you haven't made that decision yet, but you're still not quite ready to do so. Well, I would encourage you to seek out an adult, seek out the youth leaders. That's why Joey's here. That's why we're here as the adult leaders, to help you work through these questions, to help you understand what it is that God tells us in His Word. And I will tell you that choosing to follow Christ is a big choice, and from personal experience, it will substantially change your life. But that is for the better. And I promise you, once you make that decision, you'll never want to go back to the way it was before. All right? I know it's kind of short, sweet to the point tonight, guys. I hope you got something out of it. All right? I'm going to close in prayer here, and then we're going to head off to small groups. You got any directions about small groups?
Same old stuff. Y'all have a rule.
All right. Our Heavenly Father, Lord, God, we thank you for your word tonight. God, we thank you for each student that's here. God, I just pray for this small group time together. Lord, they would be impactful, and that we'd have good discussions. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey, adults, I got the small group activity and questions are in the room.
It's not growing fast. That's I like it. I'm doing everything, man. Being an ambition, self-good. Yeah, man. I feel like I look good in there.
Yeah.
But if not, I'll put some goods in it. I'm gonna do everything.
Kent 2.0.
Yeah, there you
He
go.
used to have dreads.
I know. He said he's gonna show me a picture, but he was
I've never seen it yet.
Yeah, he did.
And I see him almost like every week. I don't know. I've never seen a picture of that. I'm not asking for that.
What's up, Joey?